Good morning or evening or whatever time it is that you're watching this video. My name is Corey Salt, and I would be honored to brief you on the expansion of the UF Health Proton Therapy Center. Located in the gorgeous and extremely underrated city of Jacksonville, the Proton Therapy Center is home to one of the best forms of modern cancer treatment. Proton radiation can be directed to reach only those areas of the body affected by the cancer. Essentially, proton therapy offers a more precise way to target cancer than other treatment methods. The center opened its doors in 2006 and has been very successful since. My personal connection to this project stems from a family friend who works at the center. Fortunately, I had heard about the facility expansion and was able to do my project on it. My experience in construction is non-existent. However, I did work on the design side of things this summer with an internship in Jacksonville. Since this is my hometown, it was really cool to be able to do a project from back home. The focus of my project is on an expansion of the existing facility. The expansion is going to be approximately 10,000 square feet spaced out over 2 stories. The main purpose is to accommodate a 4th patient gantry. The facility currently houses 3 of these, which are used to target specific cancer areas in patients. These gantries incorporate several moving parts that allow the radiation to be directed into a small area. The issue, however, is the technology has advanced greatly since the facility opened, and the current gantries need to be serviced. The servicing takes approximately 8 months to complete, and the current volume of patients would not allow for a gantry unit to be down for an extended period of time. To accommodate a larger waiting area, and this maintenance to happen on each gantry, the proposed expansion is approved. For the financing and scheduling portions, I've chosen to focus on the utilities. The current site layout is shown in the figure here. The expansion will take place on the east side of the building. The 3 large units in the middle that look like the nuclear reactor from the first Iron Man movie are the existing 3 gantries. As you can see, the gantries are extremely large, which is why the expansion is so big. The utility plan is outlined with the new utilities being tied into the existing facilities. These are represented by the red lines running throughout the screen. In calculating a first-order magnitude cost estimate, the spaces were divided up into major space types. Each space type has an associated amount of ground square feet that will need to be constructed. Using old projects that UF has completed, the cost per square foot of each major space type is known. Multiplying the two, a total cost for each space could be summed. The total for this project was estimated at about $7.7 million. One major factor in the expansion is by using the existing space on the east side of the facility that you saw on the previous slide, there's no land acquisition costs. The area currently is mostly just empty landscape space with the exception of a small parking lot. Since the building is a UF facility, it will need to meet the LEED certification gold standards in all aspects. After the first order magnitude estimate was made, a project delivery method needed to be decided on. There are 3 main types of contracts to choose from. Since everyone in the class is familiar with the contract types and did this assignment, I will be brief in my explanations. The design bid build contract is the traditional construction contract where contractors bid on a design and the lowest bidder is typically awarded with a contract. The design and construction aspects work independently of each other. You can see the relationship between the owner, designer, and contractor illustrated in the top left of the slide. The second contract type is a design-build contract illustrated in the top right of the screen. Here, one company handles the design and construction aspects of a contract, eliminating the competitive bidding and allowing for fluidity between design and construction. The third delivery method is a construction management contract, which was selected for this project. In this project, the owner placed a high emphasis on having a contractor around during the design phase that allows construction to happen while the design is still ongoing. The construction manager coordinates all the subcontractors and allows for transparency to the owner throughout the entirety of the project. This also provides the option to select a qualified contractor rather than relying on the lowest bidder. This contract is going to be negotiated in order to ensure that the owner is getting exactly what they desire out of a contractor. The subcontractors will also have negotiated contracts, and since the ground square feet of each work item is known, these contracts are going to be unit price contracts rather than lump sum to make calculations easier. Using data provided by UF Shands on their facilities, I was able to estimate the revenue of the UF Proton Therapy Center each year. Using the provided maintenance costs and the loan values given in assignment 3, the chart on the left was calculated. As you can see, the facility expansion offers a strong return on investment, estimating a whopping 1,200%. Considering that the facility already exists, has established clients, and a great reputation, it's reasonable to expect that there will be no issues with steady business. Factoring these aspects in, I believe the expansion is a very solid and profitable investment. The calculations for the table in the top left are shown in the bottom of the screen. The project is overall scheduled to last about 115 weeks. The construction of the utilities is not anticipated to last for the entirety of the project and should be completed at roughly 78 weeks. The utilities that need to be installed are listed on the left side of the table. The flow chart at the bottom provides a visual representation of how the construction of the utilities will go. The critical path for this project begins with the electrical component being completed. This should start in the first week and last for 29 weeks. From there, the lighting can be implemented beginning in week 29 when the electrical utilities are installed and ending 21 weeks later. Upon the completion of the lighting, the other utilities would be completed and the next 28 weeks would be spent trying to tie in the new utilities into the existing lines. Again, a large portion of the duration of these utility installations were based on previous UF facility projects. The payment plan details are shown in the accompanying table. Each utility construction has its own unique purpose for the operation of the facility. Using the schedule previously shown, we are able to figure out when we need to draw the money for each utility. Using the duration of each utility's construction as well as when it will be taking place, we calculated the amount of each draw and when the draw needs to take place. Construction began in November of 2017, so this is when the first draws began for the major utilities. The specific amounts are shown in the table. This serves as an updated estimate for the cost of the project, replacing the first magnitude estimate. Since we have more information now, this estimate is more accurate than the first estimate was. The last thing I want to talk about is the social aspect and impact of this project. Cancer is something that millions of families suffer from. It's a terrible disease, and unfortunately most of us know firsthand the effects it has on not only its victims, but their families as well. The Proton Therapy Center is making great strides in targeted cancer treatment. Expanding the facility shows UF commitment to finding new cures and more efficient methods of treatment. The facility, for many, provides hope for a better future. It serves as a symbol that the battle of cancer is an ongoing fight and one that UF is committed to help winning.